everybody, so Maher. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be talking about how to be career confident as an introvert. So I'm laughing at that because I wanted to do this video because I was inspired by a book I recently read, and many of you may have heard of this book. It's called Quiet by Suzanne Cain, and it was a brilliant book. And it's something that I wanted to read because when people meet me, I am quite chatty and I'm quite bubbly, so they find it hard when I say that I'm an introvert, but I am. and to share something a little bit interesting with you, because I do have a psychology background, I did a personality test when I was 20, and I'm now in my mid 30s, and I was right in the middle of the extroversion introversion spectrum. And for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, this is a personality test that was developed by Myers-Briggs. It's basically the personality thing that tests for how much extroversion and introversion you have in your personality, and you're asked a series of questions. So, I was bang in the middle, and since then I've become a bit more obsessed with finding out more about this introversion and extroversion stuff, and I feel as though after reading this book, I am very introverted, especially because I lost my father at a very young age, and this caused me to be more introverted as a result of that and not be able to express my feelings. So many of the women who come to me, one of the biggest challenges that they have is being career confident. And a lot of those women happen to be introverts like myself, because like attracts like. And I wanted to do this video to just help inspire the other women out there who are introverts, who kind of and ah and go, yeah, I'm an introvert, and they feel as though they're like me. You know, they can express themselves very well, but maybe it feels as though they can't because they're slightly introverted or they're an introvert. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk about 3 things to help you be career confident as an introvert. So firstly, what is an introvert? Let's just quickly define that in one sentence. There are no wrong or right answers. If you want to read Suzanne Cain's book, please do. But the way that I would define an introvert is someone who might be a bit quiet, someone who may have an opinion about something but may not voice that opinion straight away, and also somebody who maybe sticks to a smaller group of people in conversation rather than in a wider group, and isn't as loud or isn't as opinionated, or maybe doesn't have extroverted qualities. So what that means is maybe someone who is extroverted may seem more confident and may just say things for the sake of saying it, whilst an introvert may quietly sit, read a book, and think more about what they're going to say if they're in a lecture hall or if they're in a class or something. The best way to define it, I think, is an introvert is more of a thinker and an extrovert is more of a doer, if I was to define it in that way. But this is my definition. You can disagree with me. In my life of being around introverts and extroverts, I feel that extroverts are just able to just be a bit more flamboyant and have more of a persona, and an introvert might hold back a little bit and might seem or appear maybe shy or even cold, but they're not. It's just they feel more comfortable around people that they know rather than strangers. So there's lots of different definition, and Suzanne Cain talks about this in her book. But what I'm going to do for the purpose of this video, I want to talk about how you can be career confident as an introvert, because a lot of people when they meet me say that they think I'm very confident, but I've struggled with my confidence for a long time, and people are surprised by that. So I thought this would really help motivate some of the women who are struggling. The first thing I want to talk about, and this is something that I've learned over the years through my career counselling training, through being in different jobs, through even workplace bullying, is regardless of what anyone thinks, and also, you know, just remember also not to label yourself. If you think you're an introvert, then that's all right, but don't like back away from things because you are either. Think about how you can readjust that behavior and be yourself. So the first one is about being yourself. So what I mean by this is, for example, I'll give you a very quick example about how I know I'm introverted. An introvert will want to have more deeper, meaningful conversations with a person. So when I go to networking events, I don't particularly enjoy going to networking events. I'm being very honest here, but I go because when you're surrounded by other people, there's such an energy, there's such a buzz. You're able to feed off that energy and feel good. And I always feel good after I go to a networking event. But what I try and do is I try and have at least two or three meaningful conversations with two or three people. You might think that sounds a bit weird, you've gone networking, but I find that when I talk to too many people, my energy drains, and that is a classic sign of an introvert. Somebody who, after they've spoken to like 15 people, they feel really tired and they actually need alone time. Because if they don't have that alone time, they can feel really, really, really overwhelmed. Whereas an extrovert will feed off the energy of people and they'll get excited and they'll always have high energy. Do you understand? So the first one is be yourself. If you are an introvert and if you want to be a bit more career confident at work, if you feel like you don't want to go networking, if you feel like maybe there are certain aspects to your job which you have to do as an introvert, obviously do them. But think about how your personality fits into things and do what you feel comfortable with. So the first one in being career confident as an introvert is to just be yourself and don't try to be anyone else, because the more you try and be something you're not, the more obvious it is going to be to people. So that's the first thing I quickly want to share about that and career confidence. The second thing is the research that Suzanne Cain talked about in her book, which was really, really interesting. And this is actually something that used to happen to me when I was very, very young. I would never speak up for myself because I was quite shy and introverted. I would never really say if something didn't feel right. I would just let it slip. I would just let it slide. And an introvert is more likely to do that. An introvert is more likely to not speak up for themselves. So in a work environment, if you want to be more career confident, if you want to rise, if you want a promotion, have a meeting with your manager, talk to them. Don't just be expecting it to magically appear to you. And I see this a lot with a lot of introverts that I work with, that they say to me, oh yeah, my boss tells me I'm really good at my job, but I'm not sure if I can go for that promotion. And then I say to them, why haven't you? So introverts don't tend to be as assertive as an extrovert. So this is where you need to speak up for yourself. And I can definitely now speak up for myself because I'm older and I feel a lot more confident. But this is something that you can just practice, and this will help you to not only feel career confident about where you're going in your career, but also if there's an issue at work or if there's something that maybe isn't akin to the environment that you want to be in, speak up in a polite way and tell your manager, tell the people around you that, I feel as though this needs to change, because that will help you feel more confident and be yourself. It goes back to number one. Number three is thinking about what your strengths are, because whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, it doesn't matter. We all have strengths, we all have weaknesses, and people who are introverted tend to be more creative, apparently, is what she found in her book. And they also tend to be more polite. I don't know whether that's overall true, but a lot of the research she did, it indicated that. So I want you to think about what are your strengths in terms of your work. If you want to be career confident, if you want to feel confident about your career, you want a promotion, you want to rise, you even want to apply for a new job or go and work for another company abroad, what are the strengths you bring to the role and how can you feel more confident about who you are as a person? Because confidence isn't something which magically appears. It's not like you plant a seed and it magically grows like that. Confidence doesn't work that way. Confidence is something that's developed over time. And it's something where I think, especially as a woman, I'm saying this, we can tend to feel less confident when we're around people who are a bit more, who seem confident because they're extroverted, but actually inside they are just talking for the sake of talking. You understand? So it's about understanding what your strengths are and how you as an introvert, but also as somebody who definitely is very good at what they do, you can come across confident and authentic in the best possible way. So I'm just going to quickly recap over the 3 points that I wanted to talk about in this video for if you are an introvert and being more career confident. First one is being yourself. Just be you, don't be anyone else. And try not to change as a result of you knowing that you're an introvert. The second thing is being able to speak up for yourself, because one of the really interesting things in her book was that, introverts don't necessarily speak up because they feel as though extroverts are overshadowing them or speaking so much they can't get a word in edgeways. So speak up for yourself. If you're not able to do that during meetings, have a meeting with your manager or send them an email or do something that fits in with what your boundaries are and what you feel comfortable with. And lastly, what are your strengths, and go from there. Think about your strengths and how you, in your job and your role, are really good at certain things. And think about how you can exude that confidence in a way that makes you career confident. Whether you're looking to change your job, get a promotion, or go in a direction where you want to go, if you're thinking about change, that is. If you're thinking about just feeling a bit more career confident in where you are, that's, hopefully these tips will help you to feel a bit more secure in that. But if you really, really are thinking about change, just really think about the strengths that you already have and where you can go from there. So I really, really hope that this video has helped you. I'd love to know what you think about this topic, because it's something which I have been thinking about talking about a lot more, but I've kind of combined introversion with career confidence. So let us know your experiences, what you think, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, and how you feel it may have affected your career confidence. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!